care how crazy was. I'm not going to try to get him killed. Okay? Did he try to kill you?
Joanna, Joanna, how you do me like Joanna?
Hey guys, so I am back with part 2 of my video on my crazy ex and the things that happened between us, and kind of just going through how our relationship went. So guys, I told you guys I was going to be talking about the shooting that happened with me and my ex. Well, okay, small disclaimer, I was not a part of the shooting. I was not there. Well, I was there, but I was not there. And you guys will understand what I mean when I get to that part. But before I even get to that, I needed to explain to you guys the backstory of how this even occurred and what happened to get to what happened and what transpired between my ex and some guys. So, I had a friend in school, in high school. Mind you, I met my ex crazy in college, but I had a friend in high school who I talked to, and me and her were pretty cool. We considered each other, at least I consider her a best friend. She considered me a really good friend, a best friend, and we went out quite a lot. Yeah, so me and her knew each other in school. Now, we didn't talk that much after high school because we went our separate ways. You know, after high school, a lot of people go their separate ways. It's fine, it happens. But as she did find out about me and crazy dating at some point. I'm not quite sure how. I'm not sure if it was through Facebook or what. I'm pretty sure it had to be through Facebook that she found out about me and crazy. So when she found out, she messaged me on Facebook, and I can't exactly remember everything that she said, but basically, to sum it up, she basically was telling me that he had dated her friend, her best friend, who she was really cool, you know, really good friends with, and she's still good friends with during that time. I don't know if her and the girl talked, but he was dating her friend, and they, I guess whatever happened between him and the friend ended up being really bad, to the point where she was trying to get people to kill this guy, like dead serious, trying to get people to kill this guy. And I'm just kind of like, you know, messaging her, and I'm kind of like, you know, just leave it alone, leave me and him alone. Like, I'm just gonna know this guy, and I'm not listening to really what she's telling me. And she's telling me about all the crazy stuff that he's did. Like, she's just giving me a breakdown of like everything that he put her through, her friend through. And I'm kind of just like, I don't care. I don't care, because it wasn't me. So I didn't care because it wasn't me. Now, I'm not gonna say that you can't listen, you know, to listen to what other people are telling you, but sometimes you should listen, okay? And in this case, I should have listened, but I didn't, because I was like, I got a boyfriend, and you know, I'm not gonna go through that. Even though I had already went through the thing with M already before this happened, I still was just like, okay, that's just you, that's not me, right? Okay. So she basically told me about all this stuff. Me and her ended up having a falling out because of that. So me and her didn't really talk anymore after that. And I believe her and the girl really started talking about me during that point, but I really didn't care because me and her technically were not friends anymore. And I just blocked her. That simple, I blocked her. We don't talk. So, after that, I got an invitation to a baby shower. Now, this is someone that I know. This is my cousin's cousin. Okay, this is from my cousin's father's side of her family. So this is my cousin's cousin, and I knew her because me and her went to school. So it's this girl that we all went to high school with, and my friend, who I just had a falling out with, also knows her. Okay, so we all got this baby shower invite. However, I wasn't thinking that she was going to show up because it was at the high school. So I didn't really think if, you know, I didn't know if their, you know, connection was still like that. I don't know, maybe subconsciously I knew, but I also didn't know, but I also probably knew, and I probably wanted her to come so I can show off the fact that I didn't care how she felt about me still dating crazy. And I told Crazy to take me to the baby shower and to come to the baby shower with me. Yes, I did. I invited Crazy to the baby shower with me. Okay. So so Crazy drove me and my cousins to the baby shower. Okay. So the day of the baby shower comes, Crazy came, he picked up me and my cousins, he drove us to the baby shower, and we were having a pretty, good time. It was a baby shower. We were just enjoying ourselves, giving gifts, doing all the stuff, whatever. But me and Crazy decided to go outside for a little bit and sit in the car because he said that he had a surprise for me or whatever. So he took me to the car and he had got me these shoes or whatever the case is. And he wanted me to wear them at the baby shower. And I was like, oh, okay. To be honest, I really wasn't like into the shoes that he got me, but he brought me them. So I just was like, I'll wear them because he got them for me, even though they weren't my style. They were kind of like those sneaker heels. I don't know if you guys remember. I'll try to insert a picture of like what they were, but they were like those sneaker heels that girls used to wear back in the day. And I wasn't really into that, but he got them for me, so I wore them. Okay. Anyway, so we go back inside the baby shower because I'm like, all right, babe, it's time to go back in the baby shower. Like, thank you for the shoes or whatever the case is. We go back inside the baby shower and she shows up. Yes, the friend shows up. Now, her friend did not come because her friend did not know our friend from the baby shower. So she did not come, but my ex-friend shows up. And when she shows up, we actually hugged. We talked for a little bit. And we were actually pretty cordial. It wasn't like bad vibes. Like I felt like, it was just stupid. It was just something like a stupid argument over a guy. Like we'll get over it. But he seen her and he was like, he sat for a little bit, but then he started to get uncomfortable because he didn't want to be around her. So he was like, I'm gonna go to the car. And I was like, all right, cool. And then she pulled me into the bathroom. And I already knew what she was going to say. She pretty much was just telling me again, like, so, you guys need to not be together, blah, blah. I told you how he was. And I'm just like, T, because I'm not going to say her name, but T, like, we'll just leave it alone. Me and you'll still be friends. We'll still be cool. But let me just, go about this my own way. Let me just go about this my own way. But she's keeping me inside the baby shower. He's outside in his car at this point because he's uncomfortable. He doesn't want to be there. And basically, these are all my peoples. These are not his people. These are all my peoples at the baby shower, okay? So he's like uncomfortable. And I get it. So I'm like, all right, go outside, go chill for a little bit in the car. And I'll be, we're about to leave the baby shower anyway. So we'll be out there in a little bit. So she's keeping me inside. She's talking to me and I'm like, all right, cool. And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go check on him. She was like, no, not yet. Let's just kind of just chill inside or whatever the case is for a little bit. Like, I haven't seen you in a while. And I'm like, all right, cool. So we all kind of just chilling out inside the baby shower. We're chilling in the baby shower, right? We're chilling. But she leaves at a certain point. Like she had pretty much just got there. But she leaves after a little bit. And I'm kind of like, I'm a little suspicious of it because I'm like, why is she leaving? Like, she just kind of got here. And even me and my cousins become, to get a little suspicious because I'm like, she just left. Like, she just got here, right? She got a phone call and she left. So he calls me, right? And I'm thinking like, all right, he's calling me probably to say like, all right, it's time to go. Like, I'm going to go ahead and take you and your cousins home. And then I'm going to go ahead and go on home or whatever case. Or me and him will probably go do something. I'm thinking that's why he's calling. He calls me and he's immediately panicking. And I'm like, what's going on? Like, what's going on? Like, you just left out to go sit in the car for a little bit. What's going on? He's screaming, he's yelling, and he's basically going off like, they just tried to kill him. And I'm like, what you mean? Who just tried to kill you? He's like, they just tried to kill me. Like, some guys just trapped him in. Like, he pulled, I guess what he's saying is like, he was parked and he's pulling out. And when he pulls out, there's a car on this side and there's a car on this side. We were on a one-way street anyway. There's a car on this side and a car on this side. And they kind of like push him in. And these guys get out the car and start shooting at him. And I'm just like, I'm thinking in my mind, like, what the freak? Because I just came from outside with him. So I'm like, I'm scared at this point. Because I'm like, who are these guys who did this? Because I just came from outside with you. That could have been me. Because me and him, mind you, me and him were outside for quite some time. So who are these guys that just showed up out of nowhere? And this kind of happened like right after I checked up on him. This kind of happened like right after I went back inside the baby shower. So I'm starting to think like, were these people watching us before? Like, I don't get it. Were these people watching us before this happened? Because I literally just came back inside from checking on him, right? So he's like, I'm going to the police station. Like, he's like, I'm like, what? Okay, are you okay? Like, did anything happen? Like, are you fine? Do you need to go to the hospital? Are you going to the hospital? And he's like, I'm not going to the hospital. I'm going straight to the police station. I'm like, so you're okay? He was like, I didn't get hit, but my car is messed up. Like, my car is really, really messed up. So I'm like, oh, like, I'm panicking. And I'm starting to think, she left the party. She was keeping me inside the party when I kept saying I was going to check on him. I did check on him. However, I didn't stay very long because she kept saying, oh, we haven't seen each other in a while. Let's catch up. Guys, she was keeping me in the party for a reason. Okay? She did not want me to go outside and sit with crazy for a reason. All right? Because she knew what was about to happen. She knew. Here's how I knew. Once all this happened, and once he got to the police station, because at this point, we don't have a ride. I don't even remember how we got to the police station and who came and picked up, like, me and my family, or what happened. But I know they got home, like, they got a ride home, and I got a ride to the police station. I don't remember even how that happened, because that was so long ago. But I remember she messaged me on Facebook after a while, and she, like, not after a while, but that same night after a couple hours passed, and she basically told me what happened. Like, it was her, I think it was her cousins or her brothers, like some people she knew, and she was like, at least I waited until you got inside. I told them not to do anything until they seen that you left the car. So now I feel like it's my fault because I done brung him to this fucking baby shower, right? To people that he didn't know. Knowing that she might be there, right? Not knowing what she was going to do. Because I really did not think at all that she would do something like that. That anybody in their right mind would do something like that. I did not know, okay? I thought it was all talk. All fucking talk. That's what I thought it was. But apparently it was not talk. Apparently in my head it was talk, but in their head it was not talk, okay? It was real fucking life for them. So they just tried to kill my boyfriend. He's now at the police station with a car that's all banged up, okay? Pissed because now, not only did he get shot at, not only is his car messed up, but now he thinks I had something to do with it. That I set him up. I set him up now. And now I'm trying to figure out how the fuck am I going to convince him that I did not set him up when shit, I would believe that I set him the fuck up. I would even believe that I set him up because of how the whole night happened. So I'm like, how the freak am I going to convince this guy that I did not set him up? Now, mind y'all, he's still crazy, okay? He's still crazy. And he's still got a lot of ish going on. And it is a lot of problems that we continue to have even after that. Worse problems between me and him. But this was all on me at this point. This was all on me. Because I brought him to the party. I wanted him to be around people I knew and my friends because I wanted them to see and understand that me and him was going to be together no matter what. All right? That's what I wanted. I wanted people to understand that and for people to know that. And he wanted that. So I wanted that because he wanted that. He wanted me to be like, this is my boyfriend and we're going to be together. All right? So I was like, cool, I want that too. So I'm like, how am I going to convince people? How am I going to convince him that I did not set him up? So I'm at the police station and I'm waiting because now he's inside. He's talking to the detective, basically letting him know what happened, what transpired that night. And I have to wait inside the precinct for him to come out. And I'm nervous, y'all. I'm nervous because I'm just like, I know he has to be thinking that I set him up. And this is before he even said anything, but the way he was panicking on the phone and the way he was talking to me was like he thought I was the person who did it. The way the stuff that he was saying to me, like he was pissed. He was done. Like, and I'm like, if he doesn't want to be with me after that, I'm fine with that. That was okay. It was more so convincing him that I did not have anything to do with it. Like, I had nothing to do with anything that fucking happened. Like, I didn't know that whatever happened between him and his ex was so bad that she wanted him dead. I did not realize that he was that crazy that she wanted him dead. Okay? I didn't realize that at all. Now, he was that crazy. He was really bad. It got to the point in the end of our relationship that I told him to fall off the face of the earth, and that it would be better on this earth if he was to never had existed. I told him that, and I believe that shit. But that was at the end. That wasn't now. That wasn't at the time where me and him are actually together. Okay? Before I knew that he was crazy. All right? I don't even know how long it took. I feel like it was an hour or so. It was, I don't know. But he was talking to the detective and basically trying to tell him like what happened during that night, who was there, where we were at. And we were in Newark, New Jersey, guys. We were not in the greatest of neighborhoods. Okay? We were not in the greatest of neighborhoods. So at this point, I feel like the police are kind of looking at it as like, all right, well, you know, you didn't die, so. Because to be honest, I don't even think they ever followed up with him after that. I don't think they did. Okay. So basically, he comes out of the room talking to the detective, and they open up the doors and they let him out. And he's looking at me kind of like, why are you here? Like, I know you had something to do with this. Why are you here? You set me up. And I'm convinced, I'm telling him, why would I come to the police station to check on you, to make sure you're good? Why would I have answered my phone? Why would I get someone to drive me here to the police station if I had anything to do with anything that happened at all that night? And he broke it. He was like, listen, you took me to a baby shower with people I didn't know, which is okay because people do that when you're boyfriend and girlfriend. You know, you want to take somebody with you who is special to you. And at that time, he was special to me. He was my boyfriend. We were getting to know each other, even though, guys, we weren't together that long. But at that time, that's how I felt. So I brung him there. But he was like, you knew she was going to be there. I knew she might come. I knew. We all had the same circle of friends, so I knew she might come. He was like, you knew she was going to be there. You knew me and her best friend had problems. You knew both of them were basically trying to get me killed. She told you that. And I was like, yeah, but in my head, I didn't think that issue was real. I did not think it was real. He was like, you knew all that. He was like, and you were talking to her in the party. He was like, y'all even went into the bathroom when I was leaving out. Y'all went into the bathroom. We did. Me and her went into the bathroom when he was leaving out. And he seen it when he was leaving out, that me and her went into the bathroom together. But we went into the bathroom to talk about, you know, me and him being together. We didn't go into the bathroom to, like, you know, talk about him being killed or something happening to him. So all that to him was like, you set me up. And I was like, and I'm thinking in my head, like, dang, like, that does sound like some shit that somebody would do if they were setting you up. I was like, damn. Like, the fuck am I gonna do? Like, and I basically was like, listen, I didn't set you up. I never tried to set you up. I had nothing to do with anything that happened tonight. I didn't know about anything. She didn't tell me anything was happening. When we went to that bathroom, she was trying to get me to break up with you, okay? And when me and her was talking and I told her that wasn't happening, she was just like, we can still be friends. We can hash it out. We can be cool. Like, that's all me and her talked about, basically. We didn't talk about anything that had to do with him being killed or him being shot at that night. Like, I didn't know anything about that. So, guys, like, that night had me in such a panic. I have never in my life been through anything like that. I had never experienced anything like that. So that night had me like shook. Because before I knew it was even her, because at first I'm thinking, like, when he said all that happened, I'm thinking like, these are just, you know, it was a random act, like some random people did this before I like really thought about it. So I'm like, damn, like I was scared because I'm like, I just got out the car with him. Like I could have been in the car with him when this shit was happening. Like, I don't know what could have happened that night. That could have been me in the car, and who knows what had happened. Like, even though he got away, who knows what would have really happened had I been in the car with him. But then when she actually messaged me that night, and once I started thinking about what the night, you know, what happened during the night, I'm like, yeah, she waited until I got out the car to tell them, all right, now y'all can go ahead and, you know, do whatever y'all want to do. So, am I happy that she waited until I got the car? Of course, because that means that she still thought about me and she still wanted to make sure that nothing happened to me that night. However, I was pissed because even after talking to her and after knowing what me and her talked about in that bathroom, she still decided to go along with her sending out those guys to do something to him, whether it was just to hurt him, to injure him, to kill him, or whatever it was, I was done. I messaged her that night, and I remember it being a long message. I don't remember everything that I said, but I basically told her, like, we're done, we're never talking. And I showed him the messages because I wanted him to see, like, you know, what me and her were talking about, and I wanted him to see that I had nothing to do with anything. So I basically messaged her on Facebook, and I sent her like this long behind message. I can't remember everything was in it, but I basically told her, like, me and you would never be friends again. Like, what you did was absolutely, like, disgusting. Like, I cannot even believe I associate myself with someone who would think that doing something like that would be okay. I don't care what him and that girl went through. It was not enough to try to get this boy killed. We were young. We were in college. This was our first year of college at that. We were just getting out of high school, okay? Y'all. So yes, that's what happened with the shooting, guys, okay? That's what happened with the shooting, all right? Crazy almost got killed. I lost a friend who was actually a pretty good friend up until that point. I just didn't know that she would do shit like that. I didn't know she knew people who would do shit like that, to be honest. I might know some people who would do shit like that. But the point is, I didn't think that it would ever get to that level. I didn't think that crazy was crazy enough to make somebody want to kill him. But we're going to get into that more, y'all. Because at some point, I wanted to kill him too. Yeah, because he got even crazier. Yeah. He got crazy. Like, this is not even a story time on, like, his crazy moments, because this actually had everything to do with me and my circle of friends and what happened and what transpired. But y'all, we're going to talk about like crazy. We're going to get into crazy, but I just had to give y'all that little story time on like what happened and like how I felt so bad. I did feel bad. I felt super bad. Like, I think I was trying to make that up to him for a while, even though like technically it really wasn't my fault, but it was my fault because I shouldn't have brought him around people that I knew my friend. Yeah. Anyways, guys, thank you guys for listening to my little story time. I will be back with part 3. I'm not going to tell you guys what I'm going to be talking about, but it's going to be about crazy again. It's going to be about some stuff that happened with me and him, and stuff that happened with me, him, and my best friend, and more crazy stuff that led to us breaking up because he got worse. Okay, but thank you guys for listening to the story time about crazy and my experience with dating a psychopath, because he is a psychopath. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.